They told you the CIA exists to protect America from foreign threats. What they never told you is that their greatest operation targeted American citizens. And it was never about safety, it was about control, it was about surveillance, it was about shutting you up before you even knew you had power.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself?
The 1960s and 70s were a time of revolution, both cultural and political. The Vietnam War had turned America's youth against its leaders. Martin Luther King Jr. was marching, Malcolm X was preaching, Muhammad Ali was refusing to fight. College campuses exploded with protests, cities burned. For the first time in modern history, the US government felt truly vulnerable, not to foreign enemies but to its own people.
Dr. King, how are things shaping up now for tomorrow?
Things are shaping up beautifully. We have people coming in from all over the country. I suspect that we will have representatives from almost every state in the Union and naturally a large number of people from the state of Alabama. And we hope to see, and we plan to see, the greatest witness for freedom ever taken place, that has ever taken place on the steps of the capital of any state in the South.
President Lyndon B. Johnson made a request to CIA Director Richard Helms, find out if foreign governments are fueling this unrest. But here's the thing, that was never proven, because the CIA wasn't just investigating Soviet influence, it was cataloging Americans who dared to dissent. And many researchers believe that was the real point all along. Operation Chaos began in 1967 under the code name MH-Chaos, with one mission: track foreign influence on the American left. But from the day one, the mission scope quietly expanded, not based on proof but on paranoia. The CIA began infiltrating civil rights groups, peace activists, student unions, and even journalists. By 1970, the operation had over 7,200 Americans under direct surveillance and over 300,000 files compiled. Mails were intercepted and opened, homes were bugged, phone lines were tapped, agents attended protests in disguise, and none of it was legal. Why? Because the CIA is not allowed to spy on Americans. Their job is for the FBI. So why did they break the law? Because some believe they weren't tracking enemies, they were trying to engineer silence. Operation Chaos didn't go after terrorists, it went after thinkers, leaders, anti-war activists, Vietnam veterans against the war, even Martin Luther King Jr. All were labeled as subversive. What do all these targets have in common? They weren't violent, they were influential. They challenged the system, they cautioned war, racism, and the corporate state. And that's where the conspiracy theory begins.
All of a sudden I heard the shooting. And then I saw people dropping to the ground, and then I fell to the ground also, because I couldn't walk anymore.
It wasn't just about stopping violence, it was about stopping a generation from waking up. Many now believe the CIA feared not foreign enemies, but the possibility of a cultural revolution that could have dismantled American imperial power from within. So instead of just watching, they manipulated, they sabotaged, they disrupted movements that threatened the narrative.
Conspiracy.
Here's where things go deeper. There's evidence that CIA, using chaos and associated programs like COINTELPRO and MK Ultra, tested psychological warfare tactics on American civilians without their consent. Some whistleblowers claim that disinformation, infiltration, and agent provocateurs were used to discredit peaceful protests, turning them into violent, then blaming the movement. But why would a country want violence in their own nation? It is to create public backlash, justify crackdowns, preserve power.
To say that every one of 6 presidents starting with Franklin Roosevelt and running through Nixon, 4 Democrats and 2 Republicans, every one of them had abused their secret powers.
It's not theory anymore. The Church Committee formed in 1975 exposed that the CIA had operated over 80 domestic projects violating US law. But the real question isn't did they do it, it's did they ever stop doing it? It all came crashing down in 1974 when Seymour Hersh, a journalist from the New York Times, revealed the truth. Americans read with horror. Their own intelligence agency had treated them like enemies of the state. One senator said that we've only seen the tip of the iceberg. Operation Chaos was shut down, laws were passed, oversight was implemented, but insiders claim the machinery never really stopped. The name changed, the code words evolved, but the mission suppressing dissent remains. Think about it: the Patriot Act, the NSA mass data collection, social media surveillance, targeted disinformation campaigns. These are all modern tools serving the same objectives that were used back then. Operation Chaos didn't just spy on Americans, it treated dissent as a virus and democracy as a threat. And the scariest part, the operation ended, but the mindset, the idea that questioning the government equals danger, may still guide the invisible hand. So ask yourself, if chaos happened before the internet, what do you think they're capable of now? Subscribe to Leaders Unfolded, where power is peeled back and the untold becomes unforgettable.